Hey guys, thanks for watching. Today is Sunday, February 4th, and normally I would be at church. It's about 12 o'clock, but I had to make some test calls for work, so I'm home doing that instead. I kind of try to take a Sabbath rest anyway. I spent some time this morning kind of resting and recharging, and I don't try to make a habit of working on Sundays, but here we are. So I thought I would take a moment to kind of give an update on the 12-week year and on sort of my direction as far as getting out of debt goes, because I started this channel to document my getting out of debt journey. I got a little sidetracked. It's okay. We're back on track now. But I thought I would give an update on that. So I guess I'll start there. So I started back in February of 2015, and I wanted to document, my goal was to get out of debt in 1 year, and I wanted to document that journey on this channel. And I kind of got sidetracked a little bit and felt like I wasn't going to be able to do it. So my housing cost, in essence, our family income went down and our housing costs went up, so by about $1,000 a month. And I just felt like I just felt so hopeless. So I kept making videos, but I just, in my heart, I was like, it's never gonna happen. So, and why bother trying? Like, why bother depriving myself of things if this is what happens? So, meaning these setbacks keep happening. So I kind of stopped the intensity, and it's only now, almost 2 years later, it's almost exactly 2 years later, that I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to go for it keep going for it. And kind of what gave me renewed energy and enthusiasm was this eBay biz, like my side hustle that I started last year around April to sell things on eBay. And what I learned from that, I took Ramit Sethi's course, Earn 1K, and I challenged myself to earn $1,000 in a month, and I was able to do it. Like, I pushed through, I kept listing stuff, and I earned $1,000 in a month. And that really gave me the confidence to say, hey, I can do something that brings in a reasonable, like, significant amount of money. So I think that gave me the confidence to know that I could do this. So it's taken me all of last year and this year to realize, hey, like, maybe I can do this via eBay. And my plan this year is to use eBay as the engine that gets me out of debt super fast. So as far as the eBay biz goes, I set a goal for myself at the end of January. Like, I started listing things around January 13th. I was like, well, let me just throw a couple things on. I had like a Lululemon scarf I wanted to get rid of, and I'm like, let me just throw it on eBay and see what happens. And while I'm at it, let me throw some more things on eBay, because eBay is very predictable. It's very algorithm driven. So it's like, if you do this, it will respond this way within a couple percentage points either way. And I know that, and I've seen that. So I'm like, okay, let me really work that. So I did, and I started to see results right away. Like, I listed 30 items, and in the middle of listing, one of my highest ticket things just sold at right on the bat. And I was like, okay, like, this could work. So I set this goal to list 200 items. I did. I got them up. And since then, I've kind of been pretty predictably selling about an item or two a day, which is really exciting because I was able to run some models, and I was like, you know what? I could do this. I set out a goal, and I was like, if I list this many items at this price point, I'll be able to generate this much income exclusive of shipping costs, selling costs, and things like that. Because eBay, your gross profit, or your gross income is, your gross sales is about 30% net. So you net about 30% of your gross, meaning you clear, free and clear, you only have about 30%. So when people say they make six figures on eBay, like, if you sold 100,000, your net, free and clear is probably about 30,000. So just kind of a word about that. So that's my plan for this year, is to use this eBay biz as kind of the engine that I'm using to, like, run myself out of debt. You know that verse in Proverbs about if you're in debt, allow no sleep to your eyelids and no slumber to your head, something like that. And Dave uses that a lot. That's how I feel, because I have been like, so I work 9 to 5, I come home around 5:36, I'll eat some dinner, I'll rest, and then I'll list from like maybe like 11 until maybe 2, 3 in the morning, and then I'd rest, and then I'd set the listings to go live the next morning. So it's been intense. Like, January was an intense month. I wasn't sleeping, and probably I'm planning to kind of keep it up, only at a reduced intensity. And then there's, like, sourcing trips that I take. I took one yesterday, and I did okay. So that's my plan, and I'm really excited, because if I run the models by December-ish, I should be able to generate enough income free and clear, and I still have to work out, like, the taxes and stuff like that. how I'm gonna handle that, which is actually what I'm sitting down to do now. But I'm excited about this, and I feel like I have like external confirmation from friends. Like one friend was like just texting me, and she's like, we're praying that 2018 is your breakout year, and I'm like, me too. So hopefully that's my plan as far as eBay and getting out of debt. As far as getting out of debt goes, I'm planning to use eBay as my engine. So for an update on the 12-week year, that's been fantastic, but I've noticed this cycle in my life is where I will, anytime I'm trying to implement something new or trying to reach a new goal that's kind of been a little bit more challenging, I will get really fired up. And I wonder if like, this is pretty common. I'll get really fired up for like the first week, the second week will be tough, but I'll persevere. And then the third week, things just fall apart. And how I see that happening is I let myself get distracted by my emotions, by my circumstances, by other things that come in. And I allow that to turn me away from my goal. And the 12-week year, being accountable with that, I'm in week 4 right now, my first 12-week year. And having that spreadsheet to check in on is like, okay, it's forcing me to take a look at the actions that I've set out as being purposeful to take me toward these goals and saying, okay, how are we doing? Are we doing these every day? Are we doing these twice a week? Are we doing these, these things that you need to do? And I realized, no, I haven't. This week's been tough. The last week was tough. This week is tougher. And I kind of was like, not giving up, but I kind of, like a lot of people do, I vacillate between, it's denial and despair. They say you either feel like, oh, there's no problem, I don't need this goal that I'm setting out to achieve, or there's no way I'm ever going to get there, why even bother? So neither of them is of service. So I'm trying to be really in that middle, purposeful. Things aren't always going to go the way that I want them to, but nobody else is in control of my actions. I'm the only one in control of my actions. It's the only thing I can control. It's the only thing I can change, and ultimately, that's the only thing I can be responsible for. So that's where I am as far as the 12-week year goes. I'm just about to score my week 4 year, and I'm not doing that great. But the fact that I'm checking in is great. So that's kind of where I am as far as those things are. And also kind of a side update as far as my channel goes, I am hoping, I found an old iPhone that I'm going to hope to use exclusively for making videos and content because it has a little bit more room on it. So I'm hoping to kind of get back on the bandwagon. I'd like to keep posting on Saturdays because that's worked out. So I'll try to stick with that, and hopefully there will be more to come. So if you've watched this far, thank you for watching, and I hope that I will see you, you will see me again soon. Thanks, bye.